Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of Radiant Cash Management Services Limited, we extend a very hearty and warm welcome to each and everyone present over here. We are extremely pleased to have you join us today to commemorate the listing of the equity shares of Radiant Cash Management Services Limited on the National Stock Exchange of India, a significant milestone for the company. Ladies and gentlemen, this company happened to be formed by a very dynamic and a very inspiring personality. Ladies and gentlemen, Colonel David Devashayam has served our country as an infantry officer for 25 long years. He's today taking the Radiant Cash Management Services to the IPO, creating a record, a very big record of sorts. He is the first ever military officer to bootstrap and take his company public in the history of our whole nation in a short span of 17 and a half years. Yes, that deserves a very huge round of applause. Ladies and gentlemen, the Radiant Cash Management Services is the market leader in the field of retail cash management services. There is another first to this very huge achievement. 21% of the 9,000 strong workforce, including the leadership, is from the ex-armed forces. That too deserves a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. They have been constantly ensuring discipline, frugality, and zero error, which is the culture of the company. Radiant Cash Management is an integrated cash logistics player with leading presence in RCM segment of the cash management services industry in the country. It serves over 13,044 pin codes in India, covering all districts with more than 55,513 touch points. RCMS operates its business under 5 segments, namely cash pickup and delivery, network currency management, cash processing, cash in transit, and other value-added services. Its market clients include Axis Bank, Deutsche Bank, HDFC Bank, ICICI Bank, Kotak Mahindra Bank, HSBC, Standard Chartered Bank, Yes Bank Limited, and State Bank of India. Ladies and gentlemen, it has a pan-India presence with strong network in Tier 2 and Tier 3 plus locations and fast-growing end-user segments. In FY21, Radiant had the second highest EBITDA margin, that is ROCE and ROE, amongst organized players in the cash management services segment. RCMS has one of the lowest lost in transit claims owing to a robust risk management framework. Going forward, the company plans to capitalize on strong growth of key end user sectors, improve its share of value added services, target direct end users for better route density, and increase its market share from unorganized players in cash van operations. Ladies and gentlemen, as we celebrate this very momentous occasion of the listing ceremony of Radiant Cash Management Services Limited on the National Stock Exchange, we would like to welcome our esteemed guest with bouquet of flowers. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me immense pleasure to invite on stage Colonel David Devasahayam, Chairman and Managing Director, RCMS. Let's have a huge round of applause for him, please. Warm welcome to you, sir. Thank you, sir. May I invite on stage Dr. Renuka David, Whole-Time Director, RCMS. Very warm welcome to you, ma'am. and gentlemen, we will now kick off this landmark occasion by lighting of the ceremonial lamp. May I request the following dignitaries to please come on stage. So I would like to invite Colonel David Devasahayam, Chairman and Managing Director, RCMS, Dr. Renuka David, Whole-Time Director, RCMS, Colonel Benz K. Jacob, Director of Operations, RCMS, Wing Commander Shashank Naidu, Director of Audit and IT, RCMS, Mr. Raja Kumar, Founder and Managing Partner, Ascent Capital, Shri Ashish Kumar Chauhan, MD and CEO, National Stock Exchange, Mr. Pinag Bhattacharya, Senior Vice President and Head, Corporate Finance, IIFL Securities Limited, Mr. Ramdev Agarwal, Co-Founder and Chairman, Motilal Oswal Group, Mr. Jay Pratap Anakia, Senior Vice President, Yes Securities India Limited, to please come on stage next to the lamp lighting area and to do the honors. Now moving forward, I would like to invite on stage Mr. Abhijit Tare, Managing Director and CEO, Investment Banking, Motilal Oswal Investment Advisors Limited, to please initiate the proceedings. Warm welcome to you, sir.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's immense pleasure to have your Augustus company to have Radiant Cash Management's listing ceremony today in NSE. I'm very happy that all of you are here, and what a journey it was, Colonel, isn't it? So I met Colonel about 18 months ago in his chamber in Chennai, and he was very skeptical meeting me for the first time. He said, why this banker has come to me, talking to me about IPO and all these things. I don't want to do anything like this. But over 18 months, through this journey, the relationship has grown to not just to a client, but to a very dear friend. And obviously, we will cherish this relationship forever in our life coming forward. So, this company that Colonel built over 17 years has the foundation of discipline, armed forces integrity, and the trust that he has developed amongst internal stakeholders as well as the external stakeholders. So I'm very proud to be associated with this particular company taking it IPO way. It is actually a metamorphosis that a company goes through when unlisted company gets a listed company. And I can tell you that breaking that cocoon for the last 3 odd months was a real journey, I would say. But finally we have broken that cocoon to fly into the atmosphere like a beautiful butterfly. So I congratulate Colonel and the entire team here and request the lady to take the forward. Thanks. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir, for initiating the proceedings. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me immense pleasure to now invite on stage Colonel David Devasahayam, Chairman and Managing Director, Radiant Cash Management Services Limited. Let's give a warm welcome to him.
Jai Hind, India. It was a warm morning on the 1st of June 2005 that a voluntarily retired 45-year-old colonel, after 25 years in the infantry of the Indian Army, got into his car at Bangalore with his wife and two school-going children to drive to Chennai with a dream. Following his car were two armored cash vans bought from his savings. His dream was to establish a Chennai headquartered cash management firm with a focus on retail cash management. Yes, that colonel was me and the lovely family, my wife, whole-time director, Dr. Renuka David, and our children, wonderful children, Alexander and Angela. Paratroopers, Red On. Always my greatest cheerleaders. As we drove out, Renuka said, "One day we will take our company public and call Shah Rukh Khan to ring the bell." Well, today, 17 and a half years later, we are taking our company public. Though I am the Shah Rukh Khan, she'll have to make do with. I'll be failing in my duty if I did not specifically acknowledge and thank a few today. I thank my wife, Dr. Renuka David, for her unflinching belief in me at all times that we would succeed. Colonel Benz Jacob as the Director of Operations and Wing Commander Shashank Naidu as Director IT and Audit have been my strongest pillars for over 15 years. They are closely joined by Colonel Hanif Deen, one of the outstanding regional heads we have had in Bangalore. Cyrus Shroff, as our head of business development, for over 12 years has held the fort in Mumbai very well. Muthuraman, as the head of strategy and investor relations, there you are. Let me say that this IPO would not have happened without you. I would also like to thank our CFO, Mr. Venkatraman, and the General Manager of Finance, Sundar Fernando, for your sterling work in the run-up to the IPO. I would like to acknowledge with thanks our investors, Ascent Capital, led by Mr. Rajakumar and nominee director Vasanta Kumar, for your brilliant contributions across the years and especially during the preparations for the IPO. I would also like to acknowledge my son Alexander for having been perpetually by my side as the General Manager of Operations from March 2020, when we were hit by the first wave of the pandemic. His commitment to the company, having risen from the ranks, bodes well for the future in terms of business continuity. I would also like to thank our independent director, Lieutenant General Devraj Anbu, former Army Commander of the Northern Army, and also former Vice Chief of the Army Staff. It's a privilege to have him with us today. He is one man who can't pass through a metal detector because his body is full of grenade shrapnel in a militant attack. I thank you for having joined us this morning. I'd like to mention all our client banks for having reposed your faith in us, with those having signed up in 2005 still continuing to be our clients. I would like to acknowledge with gratitude our nearly 9,000 strong workforce for having stood by us through thick and thin, especially during the pandemic. They continue to serve, being an essential service, braving the infection. I would like to pledge our deep commitment as a dividend-paying firm to our investors and new shareholders for trusting and reposing your faith in us. I would like to acknowledge our merchant bankers, IFL Securities, Motilal Oswal, and I especially thank Mr. Ramdev Agrawal, Chairman of Motilal Oswal India Limited, whose presence here today and his abiding faith in our company is a signal to the capital markets. I thank you for having found the time to be with us today, sir. And Yes Securities for your role in taking us public. I would like to thank our statutory auditors, ASA Chartered Accountants, lawyers from JSA and Crawford and Bailey, Concept, our PR firm, excellent work today, and Lincoln Time, our registrars, for your contributions to the IPO process. Finally, I would like to say, Radiant Cash Management Services is the market leader in retail cash management with a pan-India footprint across over 13,000 PIN codes of the nation's 18,000 PIN codes. We work in over 5,300 locations where people trustingly hand over their cash for logistical management in over 55,000 outlets. Nearly 21% of our workforce, including the leadership of nearly 9,000, is drawn from the ex-serviceman fraternity, many of whom have been with us for over 10 years. Let me say that you have established the DNA of our company based on integrity, discipline, hard work, reliability, and frugality. In a country with over 30 lakh organized outlets, as per the Frost and Sullivan report, we are doubtless at the threshold of a humongous opportunity. Listings will come and go, but my presence here is a strong testimony for a beautiful country, that a man can serve for 25 years on the nation's borders, come out of his meager savings, and in 17 and a half years stand here and take a company public. That more than any other result on the stock markets, which is an uncertain animal, is the message that I would like to send out to all the youth, for all the young people who are wanting to set up and build organizations of value. This is the message that I would like to send out to you today. Well, about the company, as they say, what you're seeing is just the trailer. Picture abhi baki hai. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me immense pleasure to now invite on stage Shri Ashish Kumar Chauhan, MD and CEO, National Stock Exchange of India, to please come forward. Warm welcome to you, sir.
Colonel David Devasahayam, Chairman and Managing Director, Radiant Cash Management Services, Dr. Renuka David, Shri Abhijit Tare, Shri Pinak Rudra Bhattacharya, Shri Jay Pratap, Anakhya, my friends Raja Kumar and Ramdev Agarwal. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning and warm welcome to all of you on this auspicious occasion of the first listing of the year, Radiant Cash Management Services Limited. NSE is pleased to welcome Radiant Cash Management Services on the exchange, which is an integrated cash logistics player with leading presence in retail cash segment. We are committed to facilitate fundraising opportunities for upcoming organizations to charter their growth, find innovative products and platforms to make capital markets more accessible to all. We hope that this listing is a start of partnership going forward. NSE once again welcomes Radiant Cash Management Services to the family and looks forward to support you in all your future fundraising endeavors. I congratulate the entire team of Radiant Cash Management Services, the merchant banker to the issue, IIFL Securities, Motilal Oswal Securities, Yes Securities for their accomplishments, and today's listing is testimony of their hard work. We're extremely happy to host you all here as you embark on this new journey and wish you all the very best for the future growth. Happy New Year. Jai Hind.
Request all the dignitaries to please come on stage as we're just a few seconds away from the countdown. So ladies and gentlemen, the very historic moment is right here and we're just a few seconds away. So we'll have the customary countdown right away, everybody. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.